Guten Morgen, Bernation. What's going on, everybody? 61 people here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Corey Beck. What's going on, Brian M? How are we? You know what I mean? It's the best, tremendous. Coal miner's daughter knows what's up. Jim Nichols is also here. Jamie Haas is here. The Watchman News. Good morning, The Watchman News. Shaloha, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. 98.3 thousand of y'all need your domes x-rayed by a qualified medical professional. Michelle France, Militant Roots, Franklin Farmstead, and Donald Young. Shaloha. If you are new to this show and you're just as weird as we are, the right kind of weird, not the wrong kind of weird, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video to all the other right kind of weird people that you know, because there's strength in weirdo numbers, and many hands make light weirdo work. Intel at bearindependent.com is the place that you send your intel via email form, intel at bearindependent.com. Your silver linings, your good news, the stuff that's happening out there in the world. Good morning, West C. The stuff that's happening out there in the world that's good, not just, hey, did you hear some pink-haired furry set another city on fire? Like, wow, really? That's incredible. No, I want to know about the good stuff that's happening out there. So please email us. And as always, the entirety of this report can be found on Patreon. It's the best time of the month to sign up for Patreon early on in the month. We've got lots of stuff going on over there. Great videos dropping every day, exclusive content. And right now you can sign up. If you sign up for a year, you save 2 months worth. And so instead of 12 whole dollars, it's 10 whole dollars, right? Can you imagine? What a deal, bro. What a deal. I'm like that ShamWow guy over here, like in 2 for 1 and 9 for 7 and I don't know. Sales pitching, not exactly my gifting, talent, or delight, but suffice it to say, we much prefer to Anthony Aiello. Shalom. You break anybody's knees? You put any feet inside of cement boots lately? Maybe kick them off a barge out in the East River? Anthony Aiello just sounds like the type of name that, like, when somebody's got it coming, they go see Anthony. And he says, you pick chrome-plated 45 or a Louisville Slugger to the kneecap. It's up to you. How do you want to do this? How about I pull you out of a phone booth and turn you into a hamburger? Right. Patreon.com, that's how people support this ridiculous show full of weirdos just like me. Bear Independent Intel Report, 7 September 2020 overview. The number of confirmed, air quote, confirmed cases of COVID-19, aka the Debizzle flu, worldwide and in the United States continues to climb. As of the time of this reporting, the official numbers, Mr. Brees, good morning, are as follows. 27 million global cases, 7 million active cases, 886,000 global deaths out of what, 7.5 billion people? It's crazy. What a worldwide pandemic. Less than 1 million people have died in 6 months worldwide from this. I guarantee you more people have died from bad water during COVID-19. Global recoveries, 19,312,000. U.S. cases, oh my gosh, brace for impact, people. U.S. cases, 19.3 million. With 2.54 active cases, 2.54 million active cases. Behave yourself, plate carrier. U.S. deaths, be still my beating heart. U.S. deaths, 193,108. Except for the fact that number is total bullshizer, because it's actually 4% of that number. I'm sorry, 6% of that number. 94% of that number is COVID-related deaths, meaning literally people who got shot in the face and were on a ventilator for a hot minute. Oh, that's a COVID-related death. Just like that. Good morning, Andrew Barnes. I owe you a text message, brother. I'm sorry, I'm bad at life. Yeah, I'm also over here clutching my pearls. It's horrendous. And U.S. recoveries, 3,714,000. More coffee is indicated. John Livingston, you know the deal. By the way, if you're listening on podcast, bless you. Thank you for being weird like us. And all these people whom I am talking to are the people in the live chat. So if you're like, what is this guy even doing? It's because this audio that you're hearing was originally part of a video on YouTube that was a live chat. So feel free to check us out live sometime on YouTube. But in the meanwhile, if you're doing the podcasty things, subscribing's cool. The 5 stars thing is cool. Sharing it to all your other weird friends is cool. On the 100th night of rioting in Portland, Antifa threw Molotov cocktails and fireworks in residential areas. 2 people caught fire due to a Molotov cocktail. Footage shows one of them being aided by several officers and bystanders. Play them the song of our people. What should we do when people show up in our neighborhoods throwing Molotov cocktails? Well, first of all, they should never get into our neighborhoods. Stop, drop, and roll is a good answer. That's a good answer, Robert. They should never get into our neighborhoods in the first place. However, if they do, play them the song of our people. There's been a high incidence of Molotov cocktail-related lead poisoning here lately. We can't seem to, correlation is not causation, you know what I mean? But whatever. The prime suspect in the death of the Patriot Prayer supporter was killed when he allegedly pulled a gun on the federal agents attempting to apprehend him. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. In numbers not seen since the Great Depression, 52% of young adults are living with their parents. I think that that's a good thing as long as those young adults understand that you should respect your elders. And as long as those adults understand that you should raise your children up in the way that they should go so they do not depart from it when they are older. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just you got to understand whose rules matter. Like, you don't get to have an opinion when you live under my roof, eat my food, and break my stuff. When you live under your own roof and you eat your own food and you break your own stuff, do whatever you want, right? Kids these days. Adults, air quotes. Reynaldito, shaloha brochaim. Schools are struggling to keep students in their classrooms as positive COVID-19 cases surge and students are sent home. Several institutions, such as Temple University and Colorado College, have given up the attempt at in-person classes. Just giving it up. We knew this was coming. Do you know why we knew this was coming? Because we might be weird, but we're smart as hell, Bear Nation. Fix bayonets to our 300 Win Mags, Tommy. That is correct. Colorado College eliminated on-campus instruction, and Temple University reduced it to a total of 5%. 5. The U.S. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien says China, Iran, Russia are seeking to undermine the U.S. election. You think? Quote, some of them prefer Biden. Some people say some of them prefer the president. Any country that attempts to interfere with free and fair elections in the United States has to be stopped, end quote. You think? And the DHS is preparing against a potential EMP attack, electromagnetic pulse attack. This is fun news, Bear Nation. I must say it again, grid down. What is our grid down? It's the number one disruptive threat to the American way of life. A grid down scenario is the number one disruptive threat to the American way of life. And by that I mean refrigeration, air conditioning, lights, high-speed internet, so forth and so on. Rebel Prepper, yeah, but either way, the EMP thing, We've been talking about this for years. I have a very popular video here on YouTube about grid down and EMP. The thing is, it doesn't take an EMP to shut down the national grid. The fragility of the national grid is so immense that literally we're not allowed to talk about it. But let's just say that it wouldn't take much. So, Odin's Wolf, amen. Whiskey Alpha Romeo. So, yes, they, the big they, Appalachian Preparedness, watch me while I flex for you. Yes. The big they, may or may not be preparing for an EMP. But I'm telling you, the little they, us, we really should be preparing for grid down scenarios. You really need to be able to preserve your food, pump your water, and deal with your mess independently of the grid, and cook independently of the grid. Whether that's a small solar array or generators or hydroelectric or a small wind turbine or whatever it is, you really need to start thinking about those things and start doing those things. So, good morning, Niner. What art thou doeth? You was gonna hit? Are you gonna go for a run? You can hit right behind me. There's only 755 people here with us. It's no pressure. It's no pressure. Whatever you want to do, kid. Let's see. So yeah, the disruption of electronics in the months leading up to the presidential election could have serious consequences. There's something else to think about when it comes to an EMP. Later voting. Good morning. And to summarize the overview, the world is I'm really trying to watch my language for y'all, Bear Nation, crap show. I'm trying to watch my language for y'all, Bear Nation, because I know so many of you watch this show with your children, and judgment-free zone. We appreciate you, though. Now listen to that rooster, but then also listen to me. I was blessed this past weekend that I got to meet the Bear Nation in person, at least some of y'all, through the training that we did, the TCCC training that we did in Fayetteville, Arkansas. We have another class coming up on the 20th of September in Fayetteville, and it's already sold out. We will have more dates in October. We have dates coming for Tulsa. We have dates coming for North Texas. And so those dates will be posting soon. But in the meanwhile, at bearindependent.com, I would encourage you to get your bare facts and your bare minimums, handmade, made in America, guaranteed forever, purpose-built blowout kit designed to deal with all of the common preventable combat casualties. Right here's one of them. This one's in multicam. They come in multicam, OD green, coyote tan, black, gray, red, and Marpat woodland. They are made by hand, guaranteed forever, made in America, contain all of the contents you need and none of the things that you don't. They have been designed and refined through constant use by special forces here in the United States. They're deployed on 4 continents. They've saved 11 lives, and we just got done playing with a bunch of these yesterday, and it was freaking awesome. Mazel tov cocktails. Shalom, Sister Ashley. It was freaking awesome. And so I would encourage you all to go check out bearindependent.com. Pick out a first aid kit that's right for you. Cub kits will be coming this week. Hey, director of online sales / wife over there. That's you, honey. I only have one wife. Okay. We're getting the Cub kits in the store this week, right? Yeah. I'll get you pictures. We'll do it tomorrow. You heard it here first, Bear Nation. Tango Charlie, bless you and thank you for the awesome present, by the way. You are a phenomenal human being, and I'm thankful for you. That was wonderful. Thank you. See, Tango Charlie was one of the excellent people we got to hang out with. So, Danielle, I'm not giving Hami your love. I give her my love. That's weird. That's like there's a Torah for that. Oh, you need some love? All right. Well, Danielle, I took your love, and instead of giving it to Hami, I give it to Shine. Okay? But anyway, bearindependent.com, your bear facts, your bare minimums, your stomp bags, your cub kits soon, combat lifesaver kits, adventure kits, all the things. It was a freaking blast. And you can use your health savings account and your flexible spending accounts for any of those kits, as well as all of the medical stuff. You know, if you just need some chest seals, we got that. Good morning, Jay Taylor. You know, chest seals, tourniquets, yada, yada, yada. And we will be shooting some basic instructional content for open dissemination on the 20th as well. The proper application of a tourniquet, how to wound pack, how to use trauma dressings, how to apply chest seals, improvised tourniquets, and improvised trauma medicine, stuff like that. We'll be shooting all that on the 20th as well. That'll trickle out on YouTube. But much preferred you come see us in person and learn how to actually do it. So, anywho, 2 or more eyewitness accounts. Yeah, and see, that's the other thing. Like, the Bear Nation got to meet the Bear Nation as well. So, very cool. Very, very cool. Continuity of infrastructure and supply chains. Repeating, shortages include ammo, firearms, coin, aluminum cans, home appliances, pressure-treated lumber, canning supplies, personal protective equipment, medical testing supplies and equipment, medical ventilation-related products, select Clorox products, select construction materials, and more. Also known as everything. Legal, political, and military. That joke was pretty good, and I was born in the 60s. I missed the joke. Oh, man. Delaware Governor John Carney added a sentence to his state of emergency order. Quote, a private residence where there is an indoor gathering of more than 10 people who do not reside at that property shall be considered an indoor space open to the public for purposes of this order. Homeowners and guests must now follow public health protocols within their household. Negative. That's straight up tyranny. Straight up tyranny. What this is saying is Delaware Governor John Carney is saying that, hey, if there's 10 or more people inside of your house and they don't live there, we are now, for the purposes of this this emergency order, going to say that those people, because they don't live there, your house is now a public space and will be treated as such. What else happens with those rules? Hey, the sheriff showed up to your house because it's a public space and you're not allowed to do that. Yeah, I'm telling you, tyranny actual. Man, if I was in Delaware, play them the song of our people. That is ridiculous. Yeah, Michael Miner, that's exactly right. Straight up Third Amendment now at this point. That's exactly right. Shalom, brother Matthew Goza. Ishmael Yoder, shalom. I feel like Ishmael in my brain, and I'm not pigeonholing you at all. I'm just, every time I see your name, I'm like, there is one Amish renegade somewhere out there in that little house with the phone in it, but secretly had some Wi-Fi installed, and you're just out there just like partying on YouTube in the little phone house. They're like, Ishmael, it's time to milk the cows. And you're like, okay, Dad, I'll be out there in 1 minute. And you're like, Bear Stream. Yes, we steal the neighbor's Wi-Fi. I love you, bro. You're incredible. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, so Delaware Governor John Carney very clearly doing a horrendous job of actually representing the people he was elected to represent and to serve. The people don't serve him. He serves the people. By the way, for all of our public servants out there, you are a public servant. You are not a public master. You are a public servant. Your job is to enact the will of the people that you have been elected to represent. And I'm pretty damn sure those people don't want you turning their living room into a public space, you a-hole. Societal in general. Northeastern University expelled 11 students after they were discovered in a hotel room together, a violation of both public health protocols and university rules. They will not be receiving refunds. They probably will be receiving testing for STDs and alcohol poisoning. Amazon has banned foreign sales of seeds in the U.S. after the bizarre mystery seed phenomenon earlier this year. Excuse me? What? Of course. And more missing children were found in a sting operation. In the first 2 weeks, 25 children were recovered. Awesome. Continue. And remember to pour into places where these children are rehabilitated. Bear, you should do stand-up. Maybe I should, dude. Maybe I should. I'm not that funny. I'm really not. Like, what? My wife is funny. I'm not that funny. Like, I'm pretty funny. I had an uncle back in the day that'd be like, hey man, you look pretty. Pretty ugly. Like, that's real nice, thank you. No, I'm not that funny. But whatever. Bear, you're a stand-up guy. Ha ha ha. Clay dog, exactly, right? Yeah, Brad, that's right. I do stand up. Phelps, shaloha brochaim. We are weeks away from SHTF. Negative. We're living in SHTF right now. Your OODA loop isn't working, sir or madam. We're in it. We're in it. Adjust your thinking. Andrew, bless you. Where the heck were we? Oh, missing children, of course. See, this is why I can't do stand-up. Because I'd be screaming at the audience. Pour into places that rehabilitate these kids, because praise the Father, more and more of them are being rescued every day. But there's a logistical issue with where do these children go, because when they go back into foster homes, when they go back into orphanages, not all foster homes and not all orphanages, but some, most certainly some, are involved in the problem in the first place. There are documented cases of children being rescued one year, put it back into an orphanage the next year, and then the following year being rescued again from another sex operation because the orphanage sold those kids back into child slavery, back into sex trafficking. It's bad news, man. That's why we have to pour into places like Bethany House. That's why we have to continue to identify places like the Healing Hands Ranch. All these places, good morning, Brother Tony John, that y'all have been emailing me about saying, Bear, Bethany House is not the only one. There's places here, here, and here. Awesome. That is awesome. We need to find as many of these places as possible and really figure out and enact ways to rehabilitate these kids, fix the brokenness, break the generational curses that were poured onto these children. So it's awesome. Don't get me wrong. It is absolutely awesome that these kids are being rescued. And shout out to all of our brothers and sisters who support rescue operations, who are supporting Vets for Child Rescue, who are supporting Bethany House, who support Grindstone Ministries. But our next step is, what do we do next? It's like, well, I'm not going to use that analogy, but I'm saying we have to have a way to actually begin the process of fixing these kids. We can't just put them back into badness again. All right, Single Accounts Insider Intel and Miscellaneous. One member of the Bear Nation says, quote, had a chat with our local AC repair guy today. The capacitor in our AC unit died and needed replacing. He told me a few things. The run capacitor is the most common failure in units. They're made to last no more than 4 to 5 years. They have been having an increasingly hard time keeping them in stock. And they're expecting next year to be worse because their backstock and warehouses will be empty. So, to that, be aware. Padraig, shalom. And another person in the Bear Nation said, quote, my 2 daughters and the rest of the staff of 3 different facilities have all been told by their employers that if they want to keep their medical jobs, they must report that all deaths in their facilities are COVID, no matter what, including motorcycle and other vehicle accidents, cancer, shootings, and other violence. And in parentheses, this person says, I wish they had the option to quit, but every medical facility they checked has had the same parameters. Close parentheses. There are several life insurances that will not pay out any funds under the small print regarding an epidemic or pandemic, so those families get nothing from these falsely recorded death certificates, end quote. Now, I personally know several people in the medical field, medical professionals, that have resigned their positions after 10, 15, 20, 25 years because they have said that they will not falsify documents. They will not lie daily. Because they were being asked to and then told to. And then when they were told to, they said, nope, not doing it. Not doing it. The Father will provide. We're going to stand on our morals. We're going to stand on our ethics. And I'm not going to lie about this. In international news, Australians have been protesting the lockdown restrictions in Melbourne and Sydney. The protests violated restrictions against large gatherings, which prompted swift local police descent and arrest. Listen, quarantine is when you lock up sick people. Tyranny is when you lock up healthy people. Ben Goza, I've seen your question. Noted. Do not ask it again, sir. Do you understand? Yes. Copy. Quarantine is when you lock up sick people. Tyranny is when you lock up healthy people. This is not quarantine that we are under. Play them the song of our people, Andrew Barnes. And you know what's funny? It's not funny. It's sad as hell. They don't have any instruments to play that song with in Australia because they let the government lock up all their instruments. And people wonder why we so vehemently defend our right to keep and bear instruments here in the United States. Vester should save us. Vester, you're being deployed to Australia. Go get them. Russia scrambled 8 fighter jets to head off 3 U.S. bombers over the Black Sea. Afterward, the U.S. European Command tweeted, quote, 3 U.S. Air Force B-52s conducted vital integration training with Ukrainian fighters Friday inside Ukraine's airspace. Some have suggested it was intended as a show of force to Russia. You think? If they were working in conjunction with Ukrainian fighters, that means that there's a bit of a coalition, or at least cooperation between the U.S. and the Ukraine. B-52s make it rain. So yeah, it was a show of force. It was definitely a show of force. You better walk away, chicken. I'll schwack you. And then India, after passing 4 million cases, India is now the 3rd most infected country. It has banned 118 Chinese apps just last week, adding to the 59 it banned in June. It has agreed with China to reduce tensions on the border. I hope so, because, man, a war between India and China, not good. There's a lot of people in India and China. If you go watch that Civil War, World War III video that I reposted on Patreon recently, and I put it in the community section here on YouTube, talk about the Seven Trumpets War. and a third of the population, which is 2.5 billion people, dead. If you believe in the Bible, if you are a biblical literalist like I am, as in what does the Bible say, then you need, well, you don't need, but it's very easy, much easier to get to 2.5 billion people dead if you have a war with China and India, because there's a lot of people in China and India, okay? Now, that being said, I don't necessarily think we are in end times. I think we are in a period of time that mirrors the cycles that we find in the Bible that could be, potentially be end times. It could just be conjoining cycles, a conjunction of cycles. We know that we're coming to the end of the 400-year solar cycle. We're also coming up on the recycling of the 2,000-year solar cycle. We know that we're at the end of the 250-year Age of Empires by Sir John Glubb and the fall of the American Empire. Potentially the rise of American Empire 2.0, but we'll see. We're at the end of the 250 years of the fate of empires. That's 3 right there. Then we are coming up in the convergence of the 52-year war cycle in the United States of America and the 80-year war cycle in the United States of America. So that's 5 things right there. Also, we have this little thing we call financial cycles. So we're right about to be there, okay? And we're overdue for all the earthquakes and volcanoes. So, is this just the convergence of all these different cycles? And many people would argue, and perhaps correctly, that all these cycles are driven by the sun anyway. Which I would love to talk to David Dubin at Adapt 2030 about that. That would be a great conversation. I owe him a conversation anyway. He's been so busy and I've been so busy that it hasn't happened. But anyway, is it the convergence of all these cycles, or are we truly in end times? Answer, I don't know. Here's the thing. Either way, what changes? What changes? We must react either way. We must be proactive either way. The reality is the same either way. But yeah, India and China reducing tensions on the border is a good thing, because India and China both have the ability to smoke the crap out of each other, as well as everybody else around them and or on planet Earth. Roger Rabbit Hole, bless you, brother. Now, somebody asked, what do I do if I can't come out of her, my people, and I'm stuck in the cities? Well, we have a bazillion videos about that here on YouTube, and essentially the question is, am I screwed? No. Asterisk. And I'm well aware that 2/3 of our viewership is either in urban areas, suburban areas, or on the edge of town. And 1/3 of our viewership is rural or out in the middle of nowhere. So I try to be conscious of the fact that when I say, hey, you need to come out to a place like this, that only 1/3 of us are out here in places like this, okay? That 2/3 of us are in the cities, in the suburbs, or on the edge of town. So what do you do if you find yourself in the cities, on the suburbs, or on the edge of town? Well, first thing you do is what you can. Start stacking food, start stacking water, start stacking medical, get your combos squared away, have your security figured out, all of that. The next thing you do is find good people to partner with. There is strength in numbers. You need people regardless. The next thing I would recommend you do is, with those people, identify which side of the fence you're going to be on, because fence sitters get killed. Pick a team. Pick a team. I would highly, strongly recommend that you pick a team that is honorific of the Most High, that is in service to Father God, because if you're not, he will schwack your ass, and you'll deserve it. So pick a team, and then fall in line. Figure out what you can do to help that team, because nature abhors a void. There is always a power structure. Always. Always. And so if you can find a power structure to fit you and your people, that team of people that you just created or plugged into, find a power structure to plug yourselves into, that's good. Next, understand that war and conflict are based on resources. That's why, as we continue to see agricultural resources, financial resources, fuel resources drying up, we'll see increased tension and warfare on planet Earth, because war is a game of resources. And so you need to understand how many resources you have, how many resources you control, and how you're going to replenish those resources. All of this requires you to be proactive. And so while I'm very glad that you're here watching this show right now, if the extent of your endeavors regarding how to survive SHTF, man, in the city is watching this video, you're failing. You have to go do. You have to go do these things, okay? You have to go do these things. You need to literally get out a piece of paper and start projecting what are the things you need to do, and then start acting on those things. The more you can do now, the better you will be off then. That's my recommendation to you. All right. Now for the segment we like to call Actionable AF. Actionable as freak, y'all. Brought to you by AdventureFrontier.com. Actionable AF, AdventureFrontier.com. You see what we did there? You see what we did there. Yeah, you got to really do the things. That's the thing. If you're not actually doing the things, you don't have things. It doesn't matter. You have thoughts and ideas and dreams, not things. AdventureFrontier.com. They have your armor. They got your IFACs right here. They got your fluffy bunnies. I don't know. It would be awesome if there was just a fluffy bunny up inside here and I pulled it out. Whew, fluffy bunny. I don't have a fluffy bunny. But Adventure Frontier does. What? Might have to borrow. Yeah, we'll borrow the neighbors. NWA needs a glass of water. Stat. Armor. IFACs. Fluffy bunnies. Bless you, DD. You can use promo code BearNation for $10 off your order of Spartan Armor. Spartan Armor, they got your level 3, your level 3 plus, your level 4 multi-hit ceramic. They got the single curve, the triple curve, the anti-spall coating, the side plates, the trauma pads, the Ranger carrier, the Mopsy. They got the this, the that. They got all the things. Good morning, NWA Prepper. I'm telling you, you got to talk about a man that is dedicated to his cause. He's the only person I know that is really into preparedness and the Nude Wrestling Association. You know what I mean? To be able to combine NWA, the Nude Wrestling Association, together with his love for preparedness, he just proves that the American dream really is, if you can set your mind to something and execute on it, you can just pave your own way. You know what I mean? You can just pave your own way. Nude wrestling is not for me, but who am I to judge? But I am into preparedness, right? And so it also means that we don't have to be 100% ideologically in sync. You know, we can agree to disagree on some things like the Nude Wrestling Association. However, Greco-Roman style, that's exactly right. But he also likes kiddie pools full of Jello. I'm just kidding, man. I love you, brother. I'm messing with you. I hope you're having a great Monday. Good morning, Weasel. What are you doing? So, the NWA Prepper runs AdventureFrontier.com, and you can get your Spartan Armor there. Use promo code BearNation for $10 off your order. You can also get the Bear Fac and the Bear Minimum there. The best IFACs on the market, bar none. And you can get your fluffy bunny patches and stickers as well. So go there, tell them how much you love kiddie pools filled with chocolate pudding, and making sure that you know how to bushcraft fires. Actionable AF. He is a fireman. It makes it much easier to clean all that Jello out of your crevices when you got a fire hose to get the job done with. That's correct. So, hold on. This means when I'm too hot damn, I just need to call NWA Prepper, the police and the fireman, right? You know what I mean? Like, there we go. Got it. It's perfect. 7 out of 12 storm-related deaths from Hurricane Laura have been from carbon monoxide poisoning Never run a generator in any enclosed space, even a garage, with the door open. Bushcrafting Jello. Local bakeries, ice cream shops, and places that sell pickles may be good sources of food. May be good sources for food-grade buckets. Bulk popcorn can be easily stored, ground for emergency food, and planted, and, drumroll please, it's popcorn. Check your hand sanitizers. The FDA has issued warnings about various hand sanitizers containing dangerous and lethal alcohols. Hi, kid. You playing softball in Crocs?
No, well, my Vans got soaking wet, so my
You should speak slowly and loudly and clearly. Yes. Roar.
I lost the ball.
You lost the ball. You don't know where it is. You know what? So did Lance Armstrong, and he ran the Tour de France like 5 times. So it's okay.
See that white spot right there?
Uh-huh. Yep.
It all the way back behind the gazebo.
Awesome.
Yesterday.
Fist bump. Good job. Let's see. Where were we? Be in communication with your neighbors and sheriff's department, and be prepared as a group for civil unrest. Yeah, I know, Rebel Prepper. She'll figure it out. Reach out and socially support others, including children and the elderly. If you cannot acquire a freezer for meat, remember that pressure canning, pickling, and freeze drying are options. Also, consider looking on alternative markets like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist for individual sellers of freezers. Roscoe, bless you. Alternative food resources include Asian supply stores, Amish and Mennonite stores, restaurant supply stores, and local farmers. You should form groups to buy direct and process live. Musha Baker, good morning. If you need medical supplies, look at midwife and veterinarian supply stores. You can also, of course, check out bearindependent.com. And if you cannot obtain seed in your area, use your pantry. Dry beans, seeds found inside of ripe squash and tomatoes, potatoes that have been left to sprout eyes, and so forth. And as always, stay politically vigilant and active. It's a crazy, crazy world out there. The great news, Bear Nation, is it is not and should not be a crazy world inside of the Bear Nation. Let's just draw one big giant circle around us, and everything outside of that line is the crazy, crazy world, and everything inside of that line needs to be good. Roger, Roger, everybody tracking? Tracking like a tank, Barry. Roger that. By the way, we have an inordinate amount of Army tankers in the Bear Nation. Like, what's up? What's up with that? You know what I mean? I mean, I love y'all. I really do. Like, but like statistically, if you were to look at the population density of Army tankers on a national level, and then compare that against the population, Navy Corpsmen, bless you, against the population density of Army tankers inside of the Bear Nation, it's ridiculous. It's probably because of who we are and the way we talk, I'm just saying. And I'm not including myself as an Army tanker, because I was not. Infantry, baby. They call you crunchies, because you crunch when they drive over you. For those that were unaware. Silver linings. Quote, my amazing nephew took me around town today and we scored canning jars. Praise Yah. We found 7 cases of pint jars, 3 cases of quarts, and 1 case of half-gallon jars. We also found a new water bath canner that is stainless steel with a see-through lid. That is very cool. I am beyond excited. We are so blessed and I am so grateful. Praise the Father. You know, like a year ago, when it was like hashtag blessed, I just got my new Mercedes, and it's like hashtag in debt, now you're a slave. No, versus like praise the Father, we're blessed because we found canning jars and a pressure canner. I love our people. We are a different style of people, and it's good. Militant Farmer Concept did potatoes yesterday. That's phenomenal, Andrew Barnes. That is phenomenal. We are a different kind of people, and that's okay. This is what I mean by we are weird. My 89 Chevy is a tank. I love it. One man has acquired 10 acres for his family. The commute is longer, but they have a pond and food stored for 2 years. Amen. One family tribe, under the guidance of a veteran and father, grandfather, great-grandfather, under the guidance of a veteran and a father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. Let's just pause right there. I want to commend you for that, because leadership, headship, stewardship matters. It matters a lot. And to have literally that patriarchy on your property, and I don't mean like the patriarchy, man, that's trying to keep people down and tell me that I can't poop in a litter box. I don't mean that. I mean the concept of biblical patriarchy. Father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all within the family tribe. That is phenomenal. One family tribe, under the guidance of a veteran and father, grandfather, and great-grandfather, has acquired 4 large chest freezers, 2 diesel generators, 5 large hogs, and food supplies for a year. They grew and butchered 150 meat birds and are preparing their properties and themselves. Good job. Good job on the food. Leviticus 23. Because those hogs aren't. But I love you anyway. Rapture be ready. LOL, Dave. LOL. One man is paying down his debts and working on old farmland to grow some food. He applied as a volunteer with Vets for Child Rescue, has received a digital billboard donation to spread awareness, and is attempting to volunteer with the local police department. Quote, doors are opening at what might seem to be an overwhelming rate. Gosh dang, can I relate to that, bro? Doors are opening at what might seem to be an overwhelming rate. And I owe it all to the Father. Let me pause you right there. Yes, you do. Deuteronomy 28. If you diligently obey the voice of Yahuwah, your Elohim, then all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you. That's literally what it says. Shall come upon you and overtake you. Doors are opening at what might seem to be an overwhelming rate. Shall come upon you and overtake you. Amen. And I owe it all to the Father. I thank him every day for the chances he's given me, for putting you in my path so I can do some good. Well, thank you and bless you, but we all know who's the badass here, isn't it? Ain't me, it's him. I lack the knowledge of words to be able to express how I feel and how thankful I am for you, to Vets for Child Rescue, and to the Father. All praise to the Most High, man. All praise to the Most High. He is phenomenal, and I'm very glad for you, brother. Yeah. What time is it? I don't know. My time device, I'm talking at it right now to the people. No, my watch got destroyed because I'm hard on things. Again. Yep, another one in the mail. And another one bites the dust. Yeah, those Timex Expeditions, they look good, but they're not bear proof. Probably going to go back to a Mudmaster. Bear Nation, y'all can find each other at preppersonly.com, except for the fact that that doesn't exist, in which case you should use the forums at bearindependent.com. The forums at bearindependent.com. You just go to bearindependent.com and you click around right there at the top of the menu. You find the forums, you go in there, you date each other, you fall in love, you build a life together. Next thing you know, you got 47 grandkids, your own patriarchal tribe running around all over the place. You're surrounded by food and blessings. You're like, how did this happen? The forums at bearindependent.com, and a whole lot of fast forwarding and embellishment. You can get all of your swag and gear at the online store at bearindependent.com. T-shirts, hats, stickers, patches, first aid kits, lasagna door hangers. That's correct. Do not disturb lasagna door hangers. It's the best. Tremendous. Believe me, believe me. Veterans for Child Rescue. Hardcore people doing hardcore good for trafficked kids. You can check them out at vets4childrescue.org. Vets4childrescue.org. And also check out their full-length documentary, contralandmovie.com. to support Grindstone Ministries, which is Bear. Can we? Of course you can, Bad Wabbit. Do it. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest Viking Network is confirmed populated by a bunch of badasses. I've had the blessing to speak with and meet some of them. Confirmed, yes, you may, absolutely. You have my full permission and authorization to put it up, not only now, whenever else you feel free. So, the Lord God is known for punishing the wicked. Yes, he is. He is also known for using subcontractors. Remember that. Sometimes he uses his own hand, and sometimes he just elects somebody else to beat the ever-living crap out of you. GrindstoneMinistries.com is our charitable organization. Highly recommended you go check us out. Test our fruits. We've only deployed 14 times in the last 18 months. We have zero overhead that is paid for by y'all. We cover all of the overhead out of our pockets and our paychecks. We only fund first order effects, meaning that we only throw grindstone money at actual missions, at things on the ground that need to get done, not at our $400,000 training facility where we train 2 couples to go out 1 weekend per year, which is literally what one charity we reached out to told us. Oh, we'd love to donate, but we're raising money for a training facility. And I'm like, cool. How many people are you training? Well, we train 2 couples to deploy 1 to 2 weekends per year. It's 4 people, 2 weekends. 8 people? $400,000 to train up 8 people? What are you training them in? Oh, we serve meals. Okay, meals are awesome. But believe me, our first mission to Florida, we had a $3,000 budget because of y'all, because y'all are badasses. And I was like, hey, the father just said, go to Florida, go help people after Hurricane Michael. And you're like, yeah, we can't go, but we want to support you. So here's money. And we went, we partnered with the Reverend Gilbert Abreu at Night Runners Mobile Crisis Response. They are awesome. And we served, 2.5 semi-loads of food with 32 people that I never met before, humbled the ever-loving crap out of me. The first time I see these people, they're all standing around in bear shirts going, we're here to serve, what do we do? The next right thing. We spent 3 days dishing food non-stop with $3,000 in this other ministry, just one random ministry. Yeah, we need $400,000 for a training facility so that we can train 2 couples per year to go out 2 weekends per year to go serve food. No, you need a tax shelter for $400,000, and you have taken the name of Yahweh or Elohim, the Lord our God, and put his stamp of approval on your bullshit, which is straight up violation of the 10 Commandments. But I digress. Grindstone doesn't do that. We only fund first order effects. And also, very, very cool people that you can support that help support Grindstone. Disastercoffee.com. And I'm sorry for everybody with your kids here. I said a bad word. I promise you I'm working on it. I was like 1. We had 1 today instead of like 400. So, hey, right? Work in progress. I did not know that. I would love to talk to Alaskan Prepper. Tell Alaskan Prepper to email me, please. Disastercoffee.com. Your life might be a disaster, but their coffee isn't. Ding! Alaska Prepper. All right, tell Alaska Prepper to reach out to us. I would love to talk to Alaska Prepper. Let's do this. SanctifiedSupplyCo.com. The unofficial uniform of the Bear Nation is the stay humble and kind. I saw somebody said the jingle ? Disastercoffee.com. There you go. SanctifiedSupplyCo.com. These are people whom we love. They're awesome. And listen, let's just be honest here. You need a Stay Humble and Kind t-shirt. You need one. I don't care if you already have one. You need one. You just need one. You need it more than whatever that last thing you put in your Amazon shopping cart is. Believe me. if you think this is bear cranky, bro, you must watch more bear videos. This is bear light and free. This is the hippie version of bear right now. I'm all peace and love right now, man. And I think anybody else who's been here for a while can tell you this is peace and love bear. You should see warfare bear. That's a whole different bear. That's like watch me destroy you. I will erase your ancestry from the history of the world. Yeah. Franklin Farmstead, thank you so much. Bear is chill today. This is almost hibernating bear. That's exactly right. You know why though? Honestly, well, hold on. I'll tell you why in 1 minute. And then amendment, the #1 preparedness.com. A1P, a strong brother in the faith. Awesome, awesome, awesome company. A1P, a strong brother, a great friend of the show, a huge friend to Grindstone Ministries. Please check out amendment, the #1 preparedness.com. If you need prepper commo, that is the place to go. Was that a little paintball gun? I don't know what you're talking about. And then why is Bear in such a great mood today? Well, it's because we went and did the things this weekend. I tell you guys and girls all the time, how do we deal with anxiety? How do we deal with stress? We meet anxiety with action. Go and do. And it was really a blessing to go and spend a weekend hanging with members of the Bear Nation. Spent Shabbat on the front porch, just sitting around, just chilling, never letting the constantly edifying, encouraging one another. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I mean, we did front porch. I read my Bible from 8 a.m. to almost 10 a.m. We did a little breakfast, coffee, hanging out on the front porch, and by 1 p.m., we fellowshiped from 1 p.m. to there was a midnight pizza run. Yes, dear. The power just went out everywhere inside. That means that I'm about to lose this live stream. Cool. Was that the EMP that DHS was like, oh no? They just EMP'd our house? That's cool. Well, I don't like them back. Actually, there are some good peeps inside of DHS. They need to just not become the literal, I don't think we can even say that word on YouTube. They need to not be a privatized army. We'll say that. You're a primary EMP target. I guess that EMP shield didn't work. Baristan was EMP'd. Oh no! Whatever. We had an awesome weekend. Thank you for letting me know, Sean. We had an awesome weekend training people how to do the things. And it was an absolute blast. Absolute blast. It's great to get to meet people and do hands-on training. Does the truck start? I don't know. Go check. Go do hands-on training and just hang with our people and fellowship. And it was really productive. It was really good. We were exhausted when we got home. But it was really good. You know, Brian, you say, do you ever do Bear Nation in-person meetings? Tiffany, that's a great question. No. There's only a handful of ways to see bear in person. One is to have an organic bear sighting. And this happens more and more and more. I'm running into people. I'm telling you, there's 100,000 people almost here within the Bear Nation, and half of them got to live somewhere near me. It's ridiculous because, Tiffany, I'll get to that in a minute. Organic in the wild bear sightings. It's happening more and more and more, and it's humbling to have people go, Bear? Is that you? yes, it is. And they're like, and they just go into what an effect this channel has had on their life. I'm like, man, that's the Father. It ain't me. But that's awesome. It's really encouraging and edifying. The next is, you may see me at a grindstone mission. But if you come to a grindstone mission because you want to hang out with me, I will be pissed and you will be disappointed. People should only, NWA, people should only come to Grindstone because they want to serve the Father's kingdom. Do not come to Grindstone because you want to see me. Because, first of all, you might not see me. And if you show up and fanboy on me when we're trying to do the work of the Father, we're going to have problems. So, it's possible that you might run into me at Grindstone, on a Grindstone deployment. And then, lastly, right now at least, is when we have training events. And for the foreseeable future, I will be at training events. Drain the Swamp, I see you. I will be at training events. As the training opportunities grow, I probably won't not. TA, bless you. Holy, 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 bless you. Thank you. But at least for right now, I'm directly involved with the Galactic Hobo. That's awesome. I'm directly involved with the training right now, but that will change as the training side of things grows. So that's how you have bear sightings. I'm here. What do we need? What's the question? What's going on? Huge generator stage across the street from my house yesterday here in Michigan. Copy that. Probably for that national EMP. Listen, if it was an EMP, the phone wouldn't be working. Okay? It's not an EMP. I'm talking to an iPhone. So, all right. Yeah, Wise Bear in a good mood because we did the things this weekend. And it was awesome to meet good people and do good things with them and hear other people's testimony and to be able to look people in the eye and make and hear them, hear their stories, hear the tragedies that have prompted them to get serious about life and take personal responsibility and begin to be the light and the strength in their area of operations, and to be able to look them in the eye and tell them, I'm not special. You're special. We're special. But all because of Him, all because of the Father, all because of the Most High. And so, don't put me on a pedestal. Y'all need to go back to your neighborhoods, your communities, your teams, your tribes, your mags, and go be the light and the leadership there. And what I told them, and I mean it, is, you may never see my face again. And if you are dependent upon me for you to be good, we're both screwed. If I'm dependent upon you for me to be good, it ain't gonna work. You have to take these concepts here, and you need to go and take these concepts to where you are. Yeah, and also I got lasagna. But you need to take these concepts to where you are and apply them where you are. Because if you need me to be good, you won't be good. Okay? Hey, Tactical Homestead. And it's very encouraging for me to be able to look real people in the eye and shake their hand and know that they get that. And I told them, and I meant it, what keeps me going is not YouTube. It's not even Patreon. It's really what it is knowing that there are real people on the other side of this camera, and that what we do here is having real positive results in real people's lives on the other side of this camera. Because I don't want 100,000 followers, and I don't need 100,000 followers. What I need is 100,000 leaders out there doing what we do to the best of their ability. Okay? I don't want popularity. I don't want fame. I don't want fortune. I want y'all to be good. So, Who dat? Alright, I'll be right there. Alright, well, I'm fixing to pray. So, you gonna sit here while I pray? Okay. Oofda. Damn chickens. Alright, y'all. Let's talk to the Father. Father Yah, thank you for another Monday. Thank you for the sun coming up and it being a beautiful morning, and for an opportunity to hang out with the Bear Nation, Father, in person this weekend and digitally this morning on our porch. Father, I pray that you would bless these people, that you would speak to us in languages that we can understand, that you would use us for your will, Father. If there's anything, Yeshua HaMashiach, I command it to flee. I pray that you would fill us up. Bear Nation, we love y'all. Bless y'all. Have a great day. Shalom.